Okay, so Brad, what sort of temperatures are we going to expect for our dog walking?
People, doesn't matter. It's going to be hot for all of us, but those pets, yeah, it's tough for them to cool themselves down. Now, one thing that's helped us out, and I know this seems shocking, is we've had these hazy, smoky skies. Not great for air quality, but that haze has been just enough to shield the sun just a hair to keep temperatures a degree or two down. So even though we have full sunshine, that haze is kind of like having a thin, almost like a curtain over the sky that's blocking out just enough sun to keep these temperatures more so in the upper 80s as opposed to the low 90s. But once that smoke thins out, and it will over the weekend, we'll see temperatures slowly go up. Now, dew points were on the increase. This is something we've seen in the last 24 hours. They've gone from the low 60s to the upper 60s. It's super humid out there. Once you hit 70, that's where you get into that muggy air, and that's likely what we're going to see over the weekend. Now, we are seeing a couple isolated showers, mainly in the mountains and foothills. That'll be an area we'll watch closely over the weekend. But the smoke, it's still over us. It's just not as thick as yesterday. It's still hazy. You can see this will try to thin out. I've got numerous questions about, Brad, when's this going to end? Well, unfortunately, there's not a lot of cold fronts this time of year unless we get widespread rain. And the other thing, the fires have to be out. They got to stop producing smoke, and the upper air flow has got to change. So until that happens, this smoke just is going to get diffused and kind of linger for a while until it kind of spreads out and gets taken out of the atmosphere. And that will happen likely with some rainfall and just some mixing. So moderate levels of air quality. We're just below the unhealthy range, but it's been very close to that. I would just still caution you in the middle of the day, take it a little easier, make sure you're taking frequent breaks. And if you have respiratory issues, it's probably a good idea just to take it a little easy for the next few days. Upper 80s to low 90s tomorrow. And again, an isolated thunderstorm chance on Saturday. This is going to be something we're going to see more of, these pop-up afternoon storms. It's not widespread. These frontal boundaries and low pressure system nowhere near us, so just heating of the day. And this is why the mountains and foothills have a better chance of seeing some showers, because they help lift the air and create kind of that trigger for those afternoon storms. Now, off the southeast coast, there's a tropical system possibly developing, we'll talk about in a minute. Let me show you where these storms bubble up. See where they develop there? Eastern facing slopes, then they move down into the Piedmont, kind of fall apart. The chances are pretty small. If you're lucky, you're going to get a shower this weekend, but I would not put the sprinkler away for the lawn and garden because you're likely going to need it. Now, we just mentioned this off the southeast coast, there is a little swirl, very disorganized. It's an old low pressure system. It's got a 40% chance of development here in the next couple of days and over the next 5 days. We'll keep an eye on this system. It's already been a designated tropical wave 90 or investigation area 90. Spaghetti plot kind of shows you. You see how scattered it is? Not a lot of movement there. It could meander there for a while, move off to the northeast, or even back into Florida. The good news for all of us is that it's not going to get very strong. But with the full moon tonight, we're going to have astronomical high tide, so some coastal flooding certainly possible at high tide across the southeast coast. As far as rainfall is concerned, best place over the next 5 days, mountains and foothills. Tomorrow, isolated to spotty. Same story for Saturday. Monday, Tuesday looks to be a little bit more in the scattered variety. And then Wednesday, we're back to the isolated afternoon storm chances. The humidity, it is going to go way up. Dew points well into the 70s by next week. So when you see the 7-day forecast, those low and mid 90s are going to feel a lot worse with those dew points in the mid 70s.
All right, Brad, thank you.